You sent for me, sir? Yes, Higgins. Were you going on a supply run today? Yes, sir. What do you need? What I need, Higgins, is a good woman. One who likes it good and rough. Mine just lays there like a corpse until I'm through. Excuse me, sir? Really, Higgins, if I wanted to pork a mannequin, I'd work in a department store and wait till closing time. Plus, mannequins don't bitch and moan about how getting it back there is dirty. And exactly what did you want me to get you, sir? A mannequin? Simply a figure of speech, Higgins. Don't be so literal. How else do you think I got to the top? I don't really know, sir. I just came in here to see if you wanted to place an order. Coffee? Staples? Folders? I got to the top by hard work and determination. Because of my unique upbringing. Unique upbringing? Ever lived on a farm? No, sir. On a farm everything has its place and exists solely to further the existence and prosperity of the farm. Otherwise, it has no use and is discarded. Not sure I understand, sir. Once when I was a kid, I was out in the barn with my dad. Suddenly we heard a bunch of grunting and squealing, so we went out to investigate. Sir, I just wanted to see if you were low on supplies. Like coffee. So we get out there and see what all the fuss was about. Turns out one of Dad's mutts had mounted this one little bitch. Well, Higgins, this mutt was no ordinary hound. No, Higgins. Adolf was big. Leader of the pack. Anyway, there was big old Adolf trying to get into her ass, but he was just too big for her, and was tearing her up inside. Sir, it's getting late, and I have a fair amount of work to do before I go. Did you want to place an order? So Dad goes over and tries to pull Adolf away from the bitch before he fucked her to pieces. But when Dad grabbed Adolf, the goddamn sex-crazed beast bit his hand and just kept humping away. Sir, really? So Dad realizes what needs to be done and goes into the barn and comes out with his pistol and fires a slug into horny old Adolf's skull. That did the trick, Higgins. Next thing you know, the bitch runs off, while Adolf just sorta jerks and squirms in the mud. Then Dad told me to get back to work. And seeing the pure hate in his eyes, I did exactly that. Sir, that's awful. I don't know what to say. What do you mean, Higgins? Seeing something that awful can really fuck you up. Do you go to therapy? Therapy. None of that hippie feel-good shit for me, Higgins. But now that you mention it, I must admit that I think you are onto something. Yes, sir. I believe therapy will help you deal with some of the more difficult aspects of your childhood. Like what happened on the farm. Difficult. Fuck that noise, Higgins. But just thinking about old Adolf and that bitch has made me rock hard. Maybe I'll go home early and see if I can't get a wife to be a little more receptive to my carnal needs. You know, Higgins. Maybe I should go home and give her a nice anal hammering courtesy of old Adolf. That oughta thaw the fucking block of ice packed in her loins. You clearly don't need office supplies, sir. You need therapy before you go batshit crazy and hurt someone. So now I wanted to place an order with you, Higgins. There's a costume shop next to the supply store. I want you to do me a favor and stop by there and pick me up a pair of floppy dog ears, a big black rubber nose, and a capgun. The most realistic capgun you can find. We clear on this, Higgins, sir? I can't do that. I can't buy you a capgun. No more of this nonsense, Higgins. In fact, forget your other work today and get me my stuff ASAP. Oh, and don't forget to knock before you come in so I can clean up. I figure getting my supplies will take you a while and this throbbing heart-on of mine isn't going anywhere. Sir, please reconsider your views on therapy. Now hurry along, Higgins. Because if you don't, you will see a middle-aged horn dog mount his desk and pump the crap out of it. You might get so hot yourself that you shoot your wad in those tight-fitting slacks of yours, Higgins. And if I'm making sweet, grunting love to my desk, and I feel another man's hand on my ass, I will seriously lose my shit. Capiche, Higgins? Understood, sir. Now I'll be leaving to go to the authorities era, I mean the supply store. Now run along, Higgins. That way I'll get home before the wife and put on my disguise and wait in the dark until the real fun begins. See you soon, Higgins. Oh, and Higgins. Yes, sir, thanks again. Your input has been invaluable. Keep up the good work.